Zero live. Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to A.O.S Abroad, and we are so happy to have you right on today. Today being the 29th July 2023, we are going to be starting our webinar, the online event, which we have actually been planning for so long right now. So, if you are with us, please let us just know. Let's know. Okay, we have other people joining in right now. About we have some people joining in. Thank you everyone for joining right now. Thank you very much. If you could hear me well, just type on the chat section, on the comment section. Let me know that you're actually listening to me and I'm audible. If you've seen me on your screen as well, you can type maybe like one or two. Just let me just know you understand that yes, you can view me, yes, you can hear me, and I'm quite audible. Let me know, let me know, let me know. So thank you everyone for joining. I'm so happy to actually have you today. And as you know it, today we are going to be taking our oh, okay, you can hear and see me. Thank you very much. Okay, I think we're having people join us right now. More people are joining. I really appreciate that. Let's have more people. Let's have more people before we actually start today. So for those who don't know what exactly today is all about, I'll just brief it that today we want to talk about the Canadian job and work permit. So today's webinar is basically how to get a job. It's going to educate you on how to get a Canadian job and how to apply for temporary work permit from your home country, you understand, within 3 to 6 months. So before I actually go on, can everyone again hear me? Can you see me? How many people do we have that is actually with us today? Let's actually take a roll call, please. As you are joining us, just let us know. Let us know your name and where you're joining us from. You can just say like, okay, maybe me for instance, I'm A.O.S from Ontario, Canada. Let's just take a roll call. Let me know where everyone is actually joining us from. So hi, I'm A.O.S Aziz Ola Shoderu, and as you could see on the screen, joining from Ontario, Canada. What of people that are joining us? Where are you joining from? Tell us your location and let us know so that we can actually start up quickly. Yes. I'm expecting to hear from you. I'm expecting to see on the comment section where you are actually joining us from. We want to also see your name and where you're joining us from. We want to know so that we could fine tune what we have for you today to actually fit into where you understand reaching us from. We have more people joining, about 3 minutes now. Um, by my own time, this is actually 12:03 p.m. from Ontario, Canada. Mr. Abdul Gafar Isa, thank you very much from Nigeria. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Who else? Who else? I think in Nigeria now, your time is going to be about 5:03 p.m. If I'm right, am I correct? 5:03 p.m. That's going to be your time from Nigeria right now. Right? Okay. So as I said, today we want to talk about the Canadian job, how to get a Canadian job, and how to actually process your work permit. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Abdul Gafar. 5:03 p.m. That's cool. So we still have more people that would be joining us. Mr. Adini Adiyinka, good. Thank you for joining us. Thanks. Where are you calling from, or where are you rather watching from? Let us know. Are you also from Nigeria? Which state in Nigeria, if I may ask? Okay, Mr. Chinedu Victor, thank you very much. Really appreciate you joining us today. So, many of you, just let me know where you understand, reaching us from. Let us know. Um, Also, if you have actually even tried the work permits before, the Canadian work permits, let us know so that we can be able to fine tune our, you understand, training today towards you that are actually joining us. We want to see how we could give value, render value to people that are, you understand, that are with us today. So let's know before we start up. Okay, from Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you, Mr. Chinedu. Nice. I think we're having lots of people joining us right now. I could see that the numbers have been increasing steadily. I've never tried. Okay, Mr. Abdul Gafar from Lagos, Nigeria. Mr. Deni, you good. Thank you very much. So, without wasting much of our time, we would really start up in about 5 seconds right now. because we have spent about 5 minutes waiting for people. Okay, I have not, Mr. Chinedu. Okay, okay, thank you very much. So firstly, we always like to get to introduce ourselves and introduce who we are, what we do, and you understand how we can actually render our own services or how we can be of assistance to you. So today we want to tell you everything about how to get a job in Canada, you understand, from Nigeria, how to apply for temporary work permits from your home country, be it Nigeria or anywhere else, within the span of 3 to 6 months. And yes, many of you have been asking. I've had a lot of people coming on my, you understand, email asking that, okay, how can I get a job in Canada? How can I process my work permit, my study permit? Some have even gotten rejected before, so they want to know how exactly can they get approved right now. Some people have been rejected on the study permit, some have been rejected on, you understand, a visitor visa, and they want to know how or which other way can they actually come to Canada through, you understand. And we have really been talking so much through our emails and, you understand, social media posts, how people can actually get jobs in Canada. And people have been asking how can they go about it. So today, literally, we want to answer that question, how you can actually get a job from your home country where you are currently staying, your country of residence right now, and how you can, whether be it if you are in your home country, or maybe you are even, we have had some people that reached out to us from like Dubai, from UK, from US, and they want to actually move, you understand, from where they are currently to Canada. So it's very much possible, and today we are going to be educating you on that. But before we actually talk about it in full, I would like to give some disclaimers. And it's very important that you know this, know who we are, you know what we can render, and how we can be of assistance to you. So, firstly, we always like to state in every of our webinar, every of our online events, that we are not consultants, we are not lawyers, we don't even consider ourselves as agents. Do you understand? So everything we state or we say here is based on what we have done, what has worked for us, what has worked for people that we have actually assisted, and you understand what we see that other people have been doing. So secondly, there's less guarantee or assurance. Something about immigration is that oh, Mr. Kenny, hi, thank you. Well, we see you, we see you. Thank you for reaching out to coming on board today. So, as I said, there is less guarantee or assurance because when it comes to immigration, even we that are currently in Canada now, we note or we know something that when it comes to immigration, when it comes to visas and applications, when it comes to permanent residency or permits or, you understand, programs, there's no guarantee or assurance. Anybody that is giving you 100% guarantee just wants to rip you off, and you have to be very careful of those kind of people. However, you can always learn from what other people have done. You can learn from that and actually use it to now improve and, you understand, process your own. And people's results that we'll be sharing with you on this you understand, webinar today, they are not typical. They are not typical in the sense that the fact that someone got a particular result does not mean you get that particular, you understand, result. Yours can be different. Yours can either be better or it can be otherwise. However, we note that we are trying to improve ourselves. We are trying to see how we can do it better and how you can actually get value from all this. So that being said, let's move on to who am I. Why am I really talking about this? Why are we even having the webinar in the first place? And I know many of you are joining us through YouTube today, so please kindly like this video, you understand, hit on the notification, or rather the subscribe button, and also hit on the notification bar to get notified subsequently anytime we drop content like this on a monthly basis or weekly basis, so that it can be of, you understand, immense benefit to you. So okay, Mr. Adeni said I have not tried, I've never tried. Okay, that's good, no problem. I think we have very good people here that have not tried work permits before and want to know how work permit goes. So who am I basically? My name is Aziz Ola Shuderu, or Lanrewaju Shuderu for full. And you understand, I've been assisting more than 300 students and immigrants to, first of all, learn international languages like French and to perfect their English language for examinations in order to excel in those foreign tests like IELTS, TOEFL, DEFDAF, TCF, or TEF Canada, and so on. Likewise, through my Amazon selling books and my online training courses and even consultation sessions, I've also been helping tens of immigrants to study overseas, and you see some of our, you understand, success stories in this webinar today. We have also assisted people to actually work abroad. We have assisted people to visit, you understand, countries, do business, and also relocate out of their home country, you understand, to other first world countries, not only Canada but also the UK, France, US, and the rest. So that being said, our vision is actually to mentor youth to travel overseas and also to improve their lives abroad. So, and my mission basically is to assist a thousand immigrants to get new foreign jobs, you understand, to also start up their careers, start up their businesses, and be profitable abroad. Because I'm doing it myself and I see that it is working. So I can say for a fact that yes, I can also assist and be of immense benefit to people, you understand, to actually do it. So Mr. Kenny said working on putting up my application. That's good. That's very, very brilliant. So maybe you could tell us, have you gotten a job yourself, or are you in the process of trying to get a Canadian job? So as you may see in some of the pictures that we have here, I am a Canadian resident. You understand, permanent resident to be precise. I actually came into the country around May 19 of this year. You understand, and I actually have my permanent residence card as well. As you can see, I got my visa, my PR visa, through another route I'll talk about, which is the provincial nominee route. We'll still talk about that slightly. And yes, we are registered. We have a business in Canada that is registered through the Ontario Business Registry. For those of you that know it, if you want to register your business in Canada, you have to register by a province or in the province you are staying. And because we are staying in Ontario, you understand, we registered our business through the Ontario Business Registry. And it's very important because, we stated that yes, we are not agents, we are not consultants, we are not immigration lawyers. So what exactly are we? Basically, I am a successful Canada immigrant. I've been in Canada for some months now, and I would consider myself as a travel educator or entrepreneur because I've been able to educate people on how to actually do their processes themselves and how to, you understand, benefit from what I've been able to do. So that being said, let's move on quickly to um, the training. The training today is going to be quite rigorous, it's going to be detailed, and I want everyone to actually listen and learn from all what we are doing. But before I actually continue, okay, Mr. Chinedu said there is one site called Indeed where work is posted for employees. What can you say about this site? Good question, very good question. In fact, Indeed is one of the websites you can indeed get jobs from, and it's a very good website. It's one of the most legit websites out there that you can get Canadian, you understand, jobs from, and we'll be educating you, we'll be enlightening you about how to go about it. However, this is a training number 2 because we have actually started the training number 1 before, and that is through the move to Canada within 6 months or less, the training we had last month, which was on the 24th of June 2023. However, we'll be giving you a summary of what that training is about. I'll share the link on the, you understand, on the session so that you can also go yourself after this training to learn more about how to, you understand, do things yourself. But we'll be giving you a short what they call it now, summary of that. So before I actually continue about on this, please, I would like you to, if you have the time, please try to also share the link I'm going to be sharing with you right now, apart from the training number 1 link, the link for this particular, you understand, for this particular training, because we want more people to actually join. We want more people to benefit from this. So you can actually share it with your friends, with your families, with your colleagues at work. You understand? Let them also come on this session. This session is going to be an intense session where we are going to educate you on a lot of things. So please, the link that I'm sharing with you now, please go on that link. You understand, or send it to other people. You understand, understand, right now, so that they could also benefit from this. So I've sent it on the comment section. You can always share it with people so that they register and they actually come on board quickly. Now, that being said, the career abroad training, basically, when you want to come to, now we are focusing on Canada, even though we work on all other routes, we are focusing on the Canada today. Do you understand? Because Canada is going to be what is going to, is Canada is where I am currently. Do you understand? And many people that are here are actually learning or wanting to learn about Canada. So the summary of the first training that we had, this is the summary of the first training that we had, and then it's a brief summary, even though you can still get the in-depth, what they call it now, the in-depth training on that link that I've shared. But some people may ask, how can I even identify, or how can I apply for, you understand, job opportunities abroad, job opportunities specifically in Canada? Someone talked about the Indeed website, and yes, it's a very good website, as I said, to actually get jobs. But the one that is recognized by the by the Canada Immigration Body, IRCC, and the one that Canada themselves actually set up to enlist all vacancies in Canada, is known as the Canadian Job Bank. You understand? And the first training, the training one, we basically explained to you, and we did a kind of practical about how you could go on that website, how you could fine tune your website, your what they call it, your search, and how you could also activate job alerts on that platform, so that any job that is currently there, any job that they post maybe like tomorrow or next, you would always get it aligned or streamlined to your own niche. So take for instance, if you are in the construction industry and you want jobs in the construction industry, there are some jobs that are for temporary workers, temporary foreign workers. You understand? Because you are doing the work permit, that's the job you'll be focusing on. There are quite a lot. There are some jobs that are on Canadian Job Bank. Do you understand? That is specific for the Canadian citizens or the permanent residents like us. Do you understand? Those jobs will not employ people that are foreigners or people that are from other countries, because they are specifically for people in the country that are currently in the country as residents. Okay, Mr. Chinedu also said, please also talk about how we can do a cover letter and CV. Yes, in the first training that I talked about, we talked extensively about how you could actually work on your cover letters, how you could also get your CV done, and you understand templates and samples you could use. We'll share some of them with you today, so just don't worry about that. Now, number 4, after you have searched for temporary foreign workers, or in the process of searching for temporary foreign worker jobs or vacancies, you can actually make use of the advanced filter section to filter out the jobs that are particular to your own industry, particular to your own field. Do you understand? And again, you could craft your own Canadian styled resume still on the Canadian Job Bank, because people don't always note some of the things you pay for online. They are quite free. You can go on the Canadian Job Bank. Do you understand? And on the resume builder, there's something we call the resume builder. I will show a brief introduction or a brief practical of that today as well, to show you how you can craft your Canadian styled resume on Canadian Job Bank, how you could also write your cover letter. Some jobs would require you to actually submit a cover letter together with your resume, and some will not require you to do that. So if it is applicable to the job you're applying for, you need to add your cover letter. Though most times you are always registering or applying for jobs, you understand, online through an email. So even the email message you type to state that, okay, yes, you are sending your resume, can also work as a cover letter. So you can use that email message that you share to as well as a cover letter. And we'll be showing you how to do that as well. Now, how to apply, you can also apply to those jobs which allow for no work, the people that have no work visas. You understand? Applicants that have no work visas. Now, number 8, you could also update your LinkedIn profile. People always shy away from this, and it's very important that if you have a LinkedIn profile, you should always update that LinkedIn profile to state your achievements, to state what you can do, to state the industry you have, to state the job you are currently doing, and you understand, a kind of background about what you are all about. Do you understand? Now, nine, you could also network with company excos online. And how would you network with them? You can network on their LinkedIn profile, you can network through their social media, and that would actually fast track them noticing you amongst the array of applicants who are actually applying for that particular job. You understand? And lastly, you can get that job offer after you have actually shown and you have taken the interview process, you have taken the, you understand, vacancy recruitment process and the LMIA report. Now, there's something I want to also state here, that the tips and tricks for acing interviews and also impressing potential employers is, firstly, you have to mention your accomplishments. Some people will write resumes, they will write CVs, you understand, and those resumes and CVs is just going to be stating the work duties or the roles and responsibilities they did in that job. That is not a resume that would, you understand, impress potential employers, because many people too will do that kind of thing. So what you have to do is to put your accomplishment. For instance, if you are a tailor and you stated in your resume that you sew clothes for men and women, that will not show them that, okay, yes, apart from the fact that you are skilled in that job, you are someone that should be taken serious. You understand? Instead of just saying you sew clothes for men and women, you can say, you understand, that you work, you understand, as a tailor, or maybe you sew clothes for tens or hundreds of men per, you understand, something, or on a monthly basis or on a weekly basis. Or you can even go in depth to talk about the kind of styles of clothes, you understand, you sew. Don't just be broad, that, because if you are saying just clothes, they will not understand what exactly you can do. If it is a company that needs tailors, but the tailors are tailors that will just be sewing machine operators working on repetitive tasks, you have to state that yes, you can do repetitive tasks while sewing, you understand, and you can sew some particular styles more than the other. You have to be specific, you understand. There's a reason why I'm using tailor, because those are low skilled occupations, and those kind of jobs, people always shy away from it, that okay, this job, you can migrate with you understand, tailoring. That's a lie. There are people that are on this platform, you understand, YouTube, that have literally relocated as a tailor. You understand? Some people have gone as a mechanic, some has gone, they have gone as barbers, you understand, hairdressers. So apart from even the doctor or the engineer or all those kind of professional roles, you can also relocate to Canada through low skill jobs. Do you understand? Now, another tip you need to note is that you can follow company social media handles and contribute showing your expertise. Maybe, for instance, if you're an accountant, do you understand? And you want to show a particular employer that you are skilled in what you're doing. Do you understand? You can go on their social media handle, you understand, and contribute to their social media content and let them know that yes, you can actually give value. You understand? Beyond even just being in the office, because many people forget this key, you understand, um, key points. You have to show beyond what other people are not willing to do, that yes, you are really interested in that company. And during your interview, you also have to be prepared to know more about the company and present yourself well. You understand? Some people, while we interviewers are having, you understand, interviews with them, their network may be bad. That is to show that you are not serious or enough. You understand? Even though yes, you can't do much about it, you should have two, three networks available while you are getting interviewed, so that you show that yes, you have prepared yourself well. And if there are any glitches within few seconds, you have actually done that. You understand? You have actually worked on it. So you need to also ask questions about the company too during the interview. Don't just be at the receiving side responding to questions. Ask them questions to show that yes, you also have interest in that company, and follow up with the companies before interview and after even getting an interview opportunity. Some people would, you understand, seek job offers. Some people will just apply once, and once they apply once, they are forgotten about that company. They will not reach back to that company. Like, okay, take for instance, you can send a follow-up email or a follow-up message to state that okay, I sent my, you understand what they call it, I sent my CV, you understand, my application on this so date. Please, can you help us check, you understand, this, and revert back to me on this particular job? Do you understand? It's very important, so that you show that seriousness and they will see you as someone that is willing to actually work for them, you understand, on the long run. Now, all these things I'm saying, I want to actually do a kind of practical. I don't just want to give you theory. And yes, we have given in-depth practical on the first training. But today I still want to actually, you understand, give you some short brief summary about how you could go about applying, creating your resume, creating your CV, and show your cover letter, and showing that yes, you are really the person that they are, you understand, expecting, or they are willing to have. So that being said, I'm going to actually go on, what they call it now. I'm going to share my screen. So if you can actually see my screen, let me know that it's it's what they call it now. It's showing on at your side. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen right now. Can everyone see my screen? If you can see my screen, let me know. Let me know that it is visible. Let me know that it's visible. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Please let me know if you can see my screen. Let's see if everyone is actually yeah, yes, we can. Okay, thank you very much. So I've actually listed out some jobs that are available on the Canadian immigration website, Job Bank. And these are some of the jobs that are, as you can see here, LMIA approved. Jobs in the healthcare sector, for instance, jobs that are readily available for people that are listed. Those jobs numbers I've listed, the jobs I've listed, the vacancies that are available for those jobs, when they expire, when those jobs expire, advertised until so, and the employer details. You may be asking, how exactly am I able to get these particular jobs? Do you understand? So we want to do a sample, we want to do, you understand, a, what they call it, a search of those jobs. So firstly, let's just write on the website Canada Job Bank. If you write on Google, you go on Google and you write Canada Job Bank. On Job Bank, you can click on this Job Bank. Once you click on Job Bank, it would show you, you understand, the it will take you to the official website of the job bank. Likewise, if you go on Indeed, if you want to go on Indeed and you type Indeed, you understand, you can always go on Indeed as well. But I want to focus on Canada Job Bank. So everything I do on Canada Job Bank, you can also work on it on Indeed. Do you understand? And that being said, all what I said in our presentation now, I want to actually practicalize it. Once you are on the platform, you have to go on this advanced section. This advanced section, once you click on that advanced section, it will take you to a filter section, the place where you can filter out jobs that are particular to people that would get work permits, you understand, from Canada. Now, people that will get jobs from Canada under the temporary work, foreign workers, how we are under the employment groups. And the employment groups, you click on temporary foreign workers. Once you click on temporary foreign workers, it would streamline people to just the 10,010, you understand, jobs. Likewise, depending on your experience, you can click on no education, you understand, for education or training, so that the jobs is going to show for you are jobs that just require people to have maybe like secondary school certificate, or even no certificate at all. Now, no experience as well, you can click on no experience. You can click on um, jobs that are just English based, you understand, that are just English based. That means they don't require you to know French. You understand? You can also click on verified jobs. That means these are jobs that the Canadian Immigration Office have actually verified themselves to show that yes, these jobs are authentic. And that's the difference between Indeed and Job Bank. There are some ways you can also get to check some of those jobs on Indeed, the ones that are verified. But on the Canadian Job Bank, you can just at a click of a button, you understand, know the jobs that are verified and focus on those particular jobs. You can even focus based on provinces, but sometimes we don't always like to choose. However, if you are someone that is tactical enough, you can look at provinces that are, you understand, that people don't always like to go. Many people always want to come to Ontario. They always want to come to, you understand, British Columbia. You can click on, you understand, rural areas, Newfoundland and Labrador, for instance, New Brunswick, not Northwest Territories. These places are cold. They are more cold. They are colder than, you understand, Ontario. So many people always try to avoid these places, but these places are in demand of, you understand, they are always in, they are always require looking for employees. So you can be rest assured that when you apply to some of those jobs, you can get feedback, because some people will just apply to Ontario jobs and not even get feedback at all. You don't want to do that. So now we have view, if you view all the jobs, we have just 1,392 verified jobs. Once I click on this view 1,392, it will show all the filters that I applied: temporary foreign workers, verified jobs, no education jobs, English jobs, no experience jobs. And here you can see kitchen helper, for instance, in Quebec, cleaner, you understand, forest nursery laborer. A lot of jobs are here. Just like I said, you can always streamline or fine-tune the search, that okay, you just want rural areas, you want where people are not looking into, you understand, so that you can actually stand a fair chance, a better chance than someone that is looking at, you understand, places that are so developed. And many of these places are like Nova Scotia, Newfoundland, Labrador. If you fine tune it, you can now look at those jobs, you understand, and see the ones that had, like, the ones that would give you a fair chance, you understand, of applying. Now, there are some jobs that I hear that, okay, for instance, I've not clicked on, I've clicked on the first one, so I don't want to click on that again. Let me click on new ones. Let me click on general laborer. If, for instance, you're in the construction industry, let's check on production helper. If you're in the food and beverage industry, order picker, if maybe you are part of, like, in logistics, for instance. I don't know many of your industries, so I'm just speaking at random. Plant, fish processing plant workers. I'm clicking on that. Now I want us to check on each of these job, what do they call it now, vacancies, one by one. But before I continue, hope everyone are following me. Okay, Mr. Kenny, thank you. Yes, you are following. Mr. Denny, you good? Is everyone following me? Hope I'm not rushing. Hope I'm not too fast. Let me know. You understand before I continue. All right, fine. I think we are good. So if you look at this now, construction trades helpers, they are looking for 10 vacancies. It's a verified job. It has is a permanent employment, full time, and it needs you to start as soon as possible. Now they said this employer has applied for labor market impact assessment. You understand, which we'll still talk about, the LMIA, because LMIA is a kind of report that helps Canadian employers to hire foreign workers. Without them having this LMIA, they can't employ you. And they said this employer has applied, so he's expecting feedback. But now look down, it states that only apply to this job if you're a Canadian citizen, permanent or temporary resident, or if you have a valid Canadian work permit. So they said if you are not authorized to work in Canada, that means if you don't have a work permit or you are not a permanent resident like me or a Canadian citizen, they said do not apply. So if you apply and you even you show that you're stubborn and you still apply, they said the employer will not respond to your application. So don't waste time in all these kind of jobs applying for them. Do you understand? Just cancel it out and look for another one depending on your skill. Now this one as well, it said only apply to this job if you're anyone you see this red mark, it shows that it won't even look at you. So don't there are ones that will not have that red mark. So this one too, don't apply to this one. This one too, don't apply to this one, the red marks. Now this one too, oh okay, this one too has red marks. That means you don't apply to this one. So you keep on looking for jobs that has that don't have that red mark, like delivery driver, room cleaner. Now I'm just focusing on jobs that, you understand, that don't have any skill or don't require much skills, jobs that are low skilled. You can actually focus on professional jobs, account jobs, and the rest. It depends on what you can actually do. So let's go down again. Let's see, is there any red? There's red here. So let's look again. Is there any red here? There's red here. So don't focus on this. You go down again. There's red in this one. You keep looking just like that to find the one that, oh, beautiful. Now we have one. We have a winner right now. This one states that other candidates, the employer accepts application from other candidates with or without a valid Canadian work permit. Now, this is a kind of job. Let's stroll up firstly. Look at the job, child caregiver, private home. It means that if you have this experience, if you are a child caregiver with no degree but you have maybe like slight experience, maybe like some months experience or years experience as a child caregiver, you can actually apply to. And if you can actually take care of toddlers, people in preschool, people in between the ages 1 to 3 years, you can actually apply to this job. Now you now click on it, show how to apply. It says you have to apply by email, by sending email into info@heritagenanny.com. Please, hope everyone is getting all what we are doing. Hope I'm not too fast. Hope you understand everything we are going through. Now, if you have gotten this particular, we have gotten a winner now. This one just requires, it has just one vacancy. You can now actually click on going to what they call it now, Google, and click on Job Bank Resume Builder. That's the next step that we talked about. Job Bank Resume Builder. Now, this resume builder, once you click on it, it can help you build a resume in just few minutes, you understand, and make a lasting impression with the resume builder, a feature of the standard and plus accounts on Job Bank. So it will require you, if you don't have a Job Bank account, to sign up first, you understand, and if you have, you can actually sign in. And through this, you have about, it states about 3 steps. You have 3 steps to follow. The first step is for you to pick a template, the kind of template that is Canadian styled, Canadian approved already, that you can use. So you can, step 1, pick a template out of all the areas of template that is here. Step 2, you understand, you can, the step 2, you can fill in the blank spaces. The blank spaces about your education, the blank spaces about your experience, and the blank space about your skills. You understand? And step 3 is for you to now customize your resume. It would actually allow you to actually add that personal effect based on what you like. Do you understand? What you like to do, what you really want to do. Putting the text description the way you want it, putting the section, customizing it. You understand? And in this place, there are do's and don'ts of writing a good resume. So you can go on this website yourself and actually look at the do's and don'ts about how to create a resume, you understand, a Canadian resume for yourself, and that would ease in your, you understand, your work. So does everyone knows how to actually generate their resume from Job Bank right now? Do you know it? You understand? Is it clear enough? Please let me know. Is it clear enough? Do you know how to generate your Canadian styled resume now through Canadian Job Bank? If yes, then you can also learn how to what do you call it now? Develop your cover letter. Do you understand your cover letter? And it's very important. It's very important that you write a cover letter that would, you understand, that would help you to show that yes, you are more skilled in that job than any other person that they can find. You must sell yourself through that cover letter. And how would you sell yourself? Basically, how you sell yourself is writing, like, okay, see this job now, the child caregiver job. It stated that you can, how to apply by email, info@heritage nanny. Here it just requires you to send your resume though. So after developing your resume on the Canadian resume builder, you can just go and, you understand, send it. However, I always tell people that when you want to apply, try as much as possible to give a Canadian, give a cover letter together with that your resume. You understand? Even though they don't ask for it, because some jobs, maybe let's go through this now. Grocery clerk. Some jobs may require you to add the cover letter. Some may say put cover letters in your application. So in order to develop your cover letter, you understand, you can always just again go on Google and say Canadian cover letter samples. There are various ways that you can write your cover letter. There are various, okay, Indeed is a very good one you could use. And Canada does not really have a, what would I call it now, a style for cover letters. But please note something. When you are developing your cover letter, do you understand? Always show your relevant qualification, your experience, and what would sell you to the employer. Do you understand? What will sell you to the employer? If you look at the sample cover letters and resumes from British Columbia, for instance, this is a government website, gov.bc.ca. If you click on these sample cover letters, there are various sample cover letters in there that would give you the sample cover letters you can use. Do you understand? For seeking for employment by, you understand, I don't know why it's taking time to load now. Okay, good. Cover letters and resumes. Now look at this now. This is a particular sample that you can actually use to sample resumes, the chronological form, what you can write, the employment history. Maybe for instance, if you're a supervisor, I think this is a financial administrator with some years of experience. This is a supervisory role. This one is administrative assistant, what he has done before he became a supervisor, administrative assistant. Now, this is from the British Columbia province. Sample cover letters you can use. If you see, look at what I'm doing, I'm going on Google and I'm showing you what you could get for free. You don't need to pay for all this, you understand, cover letters and resumes. Now, all these are samples you can use to actually generate your own cover letters. Your own cover letters. Do you understand? You can pick from it the one that you want to use to generate your cover letter. And you understand, if you look at this particular sample now, it says this is a cover letter now. Requisition contact name. That means the name from the company that you want to send your cover letter to. The title of the cover letter, either the ministry or the company address, you can put it there. Now, RE, the requisition, maybe like application for the role of something, something. Now, I believe I am an ideal candidate for this position. My credentials include a BA in accounting from so and 3 years of tax auditing experience with Grant Lee and Lowy. I am current with changes in the tax laws through a variety of credit and continuing education courses. My education and experience meet and even exceeds those requirements you are looking for in this job. And you will talk about some of those experiences here. I pride myself in offering quality service for customers, maintaining high standards of thoroughness and accuracy, and exhibiting exemplary team leadership. My resume provides details of my qualification. I look forward to meeting you and discussing how I can assist your organization. So you put sincerely and your name and you understand, your signature. So I hope that explains all what you need to know about developing a standard resume. You understand, and developing, you understand, a cover letter. Please, does everyone actually understand the brief introduction or the brief summary we actually did right now on how to develop your cover letter, how to develop your resume, and how to send it to your, you understand, your prospective employer? So if that is clear, let's quickly move on because we still have quite a lot to, you understand, to talk about today. So please, if you really enjoyed that short summary, please let me know. Put it on the comment section. Let's know that you are following. Now, some people may actually ask that, okay, why do you even need to do this? Why do you need to apply for jobs? Why do you need to, you understand, focus on, you understand, getting a job? The reason is that Canada has lots of vacancies and they don't have enough workers. You understand, the last time I checked, there are over 1 million jobs that are available in Canada, and recruiters and employers can't get people in Canada to actually get those jobs. You understand? On LinkedIn, for instance, I've always been approached by employers, you understand, asking me that, oh, I hope you are doing great. I have a job opening for GCP engineer, which is Google Cloud Platform Engineer, for those that are in the tech industry like me. You understand, I would like to know your interest for your role. Kindly let me know if you are interested. I'll be glad to discuss about it further. Looking forward to hearing from you soon. And regards, Jashwant Aleti. Now, this is a particular Canada and US IT recruiter who reached out to me on LinkedIn. Now, that's a whole topic on how to create your, you understand, or you understand, build your LinkedIn profile so that you get that employer to reach out to you themselves without you actively disturbing yourself to actually apply. That one is going to be another training for another day. But a particular person, Deborah, actually reached out to me, said, I am a Nigerian, just migrated to Canada a couple of months ago. I am looking for a job. I can do any job to survive. I live in London, Ontario, Canada. I don't know if you can if you have a link to help me. I can do customer service, administrative roles, and also caregiver jobs. Please help me. Looking forward to hearing from you. Thanks. Now, this is a particular person that is in Canada right now, but because she doesn't have the right training on how to get jobs herself, then she's stuck. And I don't want you to be like that. So even though some people would come to Canada as a visitor, some will come to Canada, you understand, as, you understand, a tourist, you still need, or as a temporary worker, you still need to know this skill. You still need to know how to actually search for those jobs. There are a lot of recruiters that have reached out to me, like Francisca Carelli also reached out to me, Mr. Hamid Shahin. You can check out these people on LinkedIn. These are recruiters, technical recruiters, people in the bilingual community that are recruiting, people that are, you understand, that are in the IT sector, in the tech sector, recruiting people, even on LinkedIn, once you can actually show that you are the right fit for those particular jobs. Do you understand? Now, moving on, I want to also tell you that it's you need to know how to, you understand, search for those jobs. You need to know how to apply to those jobs. But more importantly, you need to actually be the person they are looking for. Now, okay, thank you very much. Someone stated that yes, I am following. I am. That's good. I like this. I am seriously following this. Thank you, Olamide wrote to me. Really appreciate that. Yes, but can we still rewatch this video later? Yeah, definitely. You can rewatch the video later. That's why it's on YouTube. It is a free content. You can always come back because it's recorded. You understand, on YouTube live. Do you understand? It's recorded and you can always go back. Even the training one that I did is also on YouTube. You can always go back to it. You understand? I will share the link again, even on this screen right now. You can always go back to the first training and this training. You understand? The training number one is on our YouTube channel. That's why you have to subscribe to our YouTube channel in order to get to actually watch this as well. You understand? And support us. Now, moving on. Um, Today we have been talking about the training number one. That's just the number one training, the one we had last time. You understand? Today we want to actually take the training number two. You understand? And today I want to educate you on the different types of work permits that are available, because some people would have been seeing it on YouTube, some could have been hearing about it, but you don't really know much about some of these things. So today we want to educate you that apart from what we have showed you before, apart from the things that you can do, there are still some other jobs you yourself can actually search for online. There are still some other things you can do, you understand, online yourself. There are still some other work permit you can apply to, even though you have applied for the temporary worker or foreign worker program before. Now, two, I will show you the visa eligibility requirements. What you really need in order to be, you understand, eligible for the different types of work permits that are available. You understand? I would also show you the steps you need to follow to take to apply for some of these visas or some of these work permits. Likewise, I'll show you categories and programs available. You understand? And the requirements you need to meet to be eligible for some of those programs. So please follow me, and please again, um, I'll tell you to please share the link for people to register for this webinar and to join this webinar right now, because we are already getting into the crux of the matter now. We are already getting into what they need in order to do this themselves. Do you understand? So moving on, let's go to the first one. People may ask, what are the types of work permits that are available? Now, we have various types of work permits. Some you could have heard of, some you might have not heard of it. The first one that we have right now is the temporary worker permit. Like everything we were talking about in the training one was the temporary work permit, TWP. You understand? The one you would use to actually come, and that one is linked to what we know as employer specific work permit. What it just means is that if you are the sole applicant and you are applying to come to Canada through the temporary work permit, it means that the company that employs you is the one that you can only work for in Canada. That is the employer specific work permit, because they are the one that sponsored your visa to come into Canada. But also we have the open work permit, the one that allows you to work with all types of employers in Canada. So far you have the work permit. For someone that works on the temporary work permit, for instance, and maybe you are married or you have a spouse or you have a partner, you understand, you can get the employer specific work permit while you understand, spouse gets the open work permit. You understand, the ones that allows them to work for any employer. So that is also possible. We also have the International Mobility Program, IMP. That is the one that allows people from certain countries to actually get to, you understand, work for Canada or work for employers in Canada, it's actually appalling that international mobility program does not allow yet Nigerians to actually partake in it. But it is a program that people can actually use to come into Canada if they are eligible for those programs. Now, the Global Talent Stream program, the GTS, is another program, another work permit. All these programs, you yourself, you could go online, you could click, you just write it out, and it will show you the different kinds of things, the different kinds of programs you could, you understand, apply for based on your eligibility criteria. For instance, the Global Talent Stream now is a stream that is for temporary foreign workers, but it is a faster processing route, you understand, for skilled workers that are in specific occupations, especially if you're in the IT sector, the tech sector. It is actually a program that you should actually look, you understand, for. So thank you very much, Mr. Kenny. Say yes, I understand. Now, the caregiver and other PMP programs is also a program. Many people could have been hearing it, that you can actually relocate to Canada as a caregiver. And yes, it's possible. One of the you understand, jobs we looked at right now on the Canadian Job Bank is a caregiver job. Do you understand? And that caregiver job can actually help you to come into the country as a caregiver, you understand, under the temporary work permit, but now even further help you to actually get your permanent residence. Do you understand? Okay, Ali Khan, okay, where are you? Okay, from Pakistan, thank you very much. Asad Hula, thank you very much for reaching out. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum salam. So, postgraduate work permit, this is for someone that is already in Canada, someone that is already a student, someone that, you understand, has actually been taking courses or programs in Canada for some time. So this one would require you to be registered in a school, you understand, either as an undergraduate or as a postgraduate before you can actually graduate. You understand? After your graduation, you will now be eligible for postgraduate work permit. But it is not all programs that allows you to actually get that postgraduate work permit. So you have to check on the Canadian website again. If you click on postgraduate work permit, or you just write it out, it will show you schools, you understand, on the official Canadian website that would give you postgraduate work permit as soon as you finish your, you understand, your studies. Now, after that, we also have the intra-company transfer, ICT. If, for instance, you are working for a multinational company, maybe in Nigeria, in Pakistan, you can apply to that company to be transferred to Canada. Do you understand? And with that, you will be able to get transferred through the company, which will sponsor you, and you will not really spend much in your, you understand, you're transferring to Canada to work. Now, this one, the next one, I really love it, the Seasonal Agricultural Worker Program, SAWP. And why do I say I love it? Because here there are always shortage of workers, you understand, people that are harvesting laborers, people that are farm workers, dairy farm, you understand, laborers. We have a shortage of them in Canada. So if you can work in the agri sector, you can actually check the Seasonal Agricultural Worker Program. And once you check it from the program can allow you to come into Canada temporarily to work as an agri worker, and after that you can now actually apply for permanent residency when you come. Now, for those who are in the business, that are maybe self-employed, or people that have, you understand, companies set up in their country, you can come into Canada as a startup, under the startup visa program, and that would allow you to either buy a company in Canada, you understand, or set up your own company in Canada. And they would first of all give you the work permit to come here temporarily before you now apply for permanent residency after some time. So these are types of jobs that you can, types of work permits rather, that you can actually dive into, you can actually look into to see how you are eligible for them, and to see how you can actually, you understand, apply for them. Now, moving on, I want to talk about the general visa eligibility requirements. There are a lot of visas, but I want to tell you the general one, because most of all these programs, you have to have some of these things or all of these things, you understand, in your belt before you apply for them. And the first of them is the job offer from a Canadian employer. It's very important, because all those visas we talked about, all those work permit types we talked about, they want you to first of all get a job offer from a Canadian employer. And it doesn't need to be difficult. Do you understand? I've showed you before how you could get a job offer from a Canadian employer. Do you understand? Secondly, If you require an LMIA, because there are some jobs that are LMIA exempt, if the job requires an LMIA, the labor market impact assessment, you will need to get the report, and it's not you that will get the report, it's the employer that would actually apply for the LMIA to the, you understand, Canadian immigration body, which will now allow you to, once you have gotten the report, which will now allow you to apply for the work permit. Now, you also need your proof of no criminal record. That means the police clearance certificate, to show that yes, you are not a criminal. You understand? Oh, thank you, Mr. Daniel. Well done. Really appreciate. Yeah, thank you from FCT Nigeria. That's Abuja. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Now, you need proof of no criminal record, the police clearance certificate. You understand? To show from, like, from Nigeria, for instance, I got mine at Alagbon, Yaba. You understand? The police headquarters that is there. You understand? You could get it from there to show that you are not a criminal. You don't have any criminal records. You understand? You are free. And also, you also need proof of ties to home country. Maybe, for instance, if you are coming as a temporary worker, it may be, you understand, it may be very good for you to first come as a single person and later on now bring your family. Do you understand? And some people are always able to bring their family along with them when they are coming. It all depends on what you could, or what you are allowed to do. You understand? You can, if the company, for instance, that is employing you wants to sponsor you, you understand, that means you are not going to be spending your money. So as a result of that, you as well can also add your family members to the application. But if the company is not sponsoring you, if they are just giving you the job offer but not sponsoring you, then you may first of all leave your family back home and come alone, you understand, and bring them maybe after a month or two, or after some months. Now, medical examination is going to be another thing you are going to need, you understand, by the panel of physicians we have, like in Nigeria, that I know of. We have some in Lagos, we have others in Abuja, which you could also go to get tested for any, you understand, fatal illnesses, and get the report sent to Canada on your behalf. And lastly, the application fees. I've talked about the application fees. It's always less than $300. You understand, almost, that you are going to spend for your application for work permits, for, you understand, medicals, for things like that. You understand? So let's just move on. Before we continue, I want to also talk about some people that we have gotten to find out. And that's why most times I always tell people I like simplifying things. I like working with people that are legit, people that, because when I was coming as well, I actually did this thing myself. Do you understand? I worked on my permanent residence program myself. I also assisted people to actually come here, you understand? And I was always particular on the fact that work with someone that is legit, work with someone that, you understand, someone that you will not fall prey of being scammed from. Do you understand? There are some employers, especially on other websites. I have never seen any employer on Canadian Job Bank that is a scam, because they are verified. But if you are using like Indeed, you are using like LinkedIn, you are using like Mustard or CA, there are some people that can actually show up on your news feed, or want to give you job offers and be requesting for money from you. You understand? There are some people that may want to actually, you understand, rip you off and not even give you the job after paying. So you have to avoid them. Don't fall into the hands of scammers or fraudsters when you are looking for Canadian jobs. Don't show desperation. If you are too desperate, they would see it and they would actually bank on that. Do you understand? Like, take for instance this Mr. John McCain, for instance. When I just clicked on his profile and I saw how empty it was, when I saw that, okay, this person is not even using an official email address. He's using outlook.com. He's not using something that you said you are a recruiter. You need to have an official email. Even Outlook, it's more official to some people, but if you look into the profile of this person and you see that this person is too good to be true, I tell you, please don't get a job from, because once you get started and they start asking you for money, please run. You understand? So like this one, Malin Akbar, for instance, he said, "Hi Aziz, I am a hiring director for a financial service agency." This particular person now, before you can start sending your things, or before, because most times they won't just ask you for money immediately. Some of them will first check your resume, they'll first check your cover letter, they'll say it's good, you go to the next stage before they now start asking for money. So you have to be very careful. Do you understand? Be very careful with the kind of people you get job offers from. Basically, that's what I'm trying to, you understand, communicate with you. Now, this one particular client, Mr. Diko, he said, thank you, it's my pleasure to tell you that me and my family landed in Canada as a permanent resident. He actually came to Canada as a permanent resident. He did it himself. You understand? We assisted him in the process, but most of what he did it himself. You too, you'll be happy when you come to Canada and you see that, yes, you understand, you are not being ripped off, you didn't pay so much for, and you can actually defend what you have. You understand? Many people will not be able to in fact, we have seen situations whereby people get into Canada, they get into the airport, and it is from the airport they are sent back because they found out that they either misrepresented themselves, or, you understand, they use an agent that is a scam. So please be very careful with the kind of people you are actually working with. So before so that being said, let's quickly move on to the next thing we have. um we also want to talk about the steps to apply. If, for instance, you are already given a job offer, you understand, or you're already in the process, first of all, I always tell people, before you can even dive into any of those work permits we talked about, you need to first know how eligible you are. Determine your eligibility. If, for instance, a particular, like, okay, see the seasonal agricultural stream now, it is for people that are in the agri sector, or people that are willing to work in the agri sector. If you are not willing to work in the agri sector, then you don't need to apply for those kind of, you understand, jobs. Apply for jobs that you will be readily available to do, and jobs that you'll be willing to do. You understand? Because if they see that you just want to use it as a means to come and you are not willing to work, some people will say that, oh, when I come to Canada, I will leave the employer. I would, you understand, you will not agree to the terms of condition, because some of them, they will give you a contract, and the contract will state the amount of years you must work for. If you don't work, you will become an illegal immigrant, and because of that, you can get deported. And you will not even get deported alone. Sometimes they can ban you for 3 to 5 years from coming to Canada, so you won't be able to come to Canada again, you understand, for some time. So please try as much as possible to determine your eligibility. We at A.O.S abroad, we have our pre-evaluation process we actually do. We use to educate people about how they can actually get to know if they're eligible for one program or the other. And I encourage you to actually go on our website to take some of the, what they call it now, to take the eligibility assessment. It would help you to note, you understand, the ones that you are eligible for. Do you understand? And it is free. You don't need to pay for anything. The eligibility assessment for those people that actually, you understand, join this webinar. Once you go on that link that I'm sharing on the screen right now, you'll be able to check how eligible you are and see for yourself the kind of work permit you can actually pursue. Now, moving on, the next thing is for you to obtain a job offer. Once you have known the kind of type of immigration or the kind of type of work permit you understand, do, then the next thing for you is to now, you understand, is for you to now obtain the job offer. The next thing after obtaining the job offer is to get the complete LMIA process. Some employers, just like the child caregiver I told you, they said he applied, like the person has applied for an LMIA. But if they don't show that, apart from the application, that they have gotten the LMIA, that means that that employer has not finished the process. He has not been given the LMIA report by the Canadian immigration body. And in order to just explain what I mean by that, let me show you again. Let me show you again an example of a job that has an LMIA and an example of a job that doesn't have an LMIA. Do you understand? It's very important. There are some jobs that are, what they call it now, there are some jobs that are, okay, see someone that is a carpenter or a cabinet maker, for instance. If we click on this job, because we at A.O.S abroad, we have a list of jobs that are LMIA approved that we have searched for. We also have a list of jobs that are not LMIA approved. Now, if you look at this now, the cabinet maker, they said this employer has applied for LMIA. And if you look at this circle, it shows that the person is still in the process. He has not completed the process. If the person has completed the process, instead of this yellow ribbon, is going to show a green ribbon. You understand? So this person has applied but hasn't gotten it. And if he has not gotten the LMIA and still in the process, he can't give you a job offer. And if he even gives you a job offer, you can still not, you can't use that job offer yet to apply for work permits. So that person has to get the LMIA approved. Like, okay, see this job 8, for instance, this cabinet maker already has his own job offer. He already has his own LMIA rather. So if you look at it now, you see that yes, he said this employer has an LMIA and it shows a completed circle. You understand? This green circle. It shows that the person has the LMIA. And if this kind of person gives you a job offer letter, then as well, the person can actually give you the LMIA positive report. And again, you see that this employer allows other candidates with or without a Canadian work permit. So whether you are in your home country or you are currently in Canada, you can actually apply for this particular job and get, you understand, to work as a cabinet maker if you are skilled in, you understand, carpentry. So I hope that what do you call it, that helps you out. Oh, someone asked, can we get this list, Mr. Chinedu Victor? Well, thank you very much. Some of our own how would I call it, some of our own attempts to make the process easier for people would explain at the tail end, you understand, how you can actually join us and how you could get some of this list as soon as you register with us and, you understand, start your job search. So moving on, let's move on with what we have today. The next step after you have gotten the LMIA process completed, the next step is to gather the required documents, the documents that they would ask you while you are applying for and on the training number 1, which we talked about earlier, we have explained in detail, you understand, all the required documents that you will need. Though we'll just give a little, you understand, as we are taking this session, but in detail, if you want the completed required documents, we have listed it in the training number 1. Now, the number 5 step is to complete the application forms. There are various forms that you complete either as a single person or as a family applicant when you are applying for, you understand, work permit. And the last process is to pay the fees, which we have also listed in the training number 1, and submit your application. Do you understand? Now let's quickly move on because time, we have used more than an hour already. Now the different categories and programs available. If, for instance, you have gotten to Canada and you are already working, we stated when we were talking about this that in line with you applying for work permit is temporary. You need to stay because many people will come to Canada on the basis of, yes, they want to work, but they want to stay back after their contract expires. Do you understand? And yes, the Canadian government to know it. However, at the port of entry, when you are in the airport, you must not state that, yes, after your work, you not go back. You have to state that you go back. But after you have landed, after you have started working, you can actually apply to other permanent residence programs. You understand? Like express entry system. You understand? Many people know about the express entry. But apart from the express entry, we have the provincial nominee program, which was part of the one I used to actually relocate to Canada. I used the Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program, the OINMP, you understand, to immigrate because, yes, I was eligible for their program. I had the experience that they needed in the IT sector, and I also had my French knowledge because I'm a French coach as well. I teach people French and help them prepare for internationally recognized exams, as I said earlier. Now, the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program, the AIP, do you understand? The AIP is also a program that you could use to relocate if you are eligible. The Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program, RNIP, is also a program you could use to relocate permanently while you are already in Canada. The Agri-Food Immigration Pilot Program is also a very good program for people that are into agriculture. Likewise, the Startup Visa Program, which I've talked about for business people, the Self-Employed Persons Program, which I've talked about as well, the Caregiver Pathway, which is the pathway for people that are into the healthcare sector. Now, let's move on. I want you to see some of our clients before we even talk about all what we have next. Some of our clients, like Mr. Wari Ayo, he actually attended one of our webinars, just like some of you are attending right now. And he said, I will need your expertise on Canada study permit. Okay, he was working on study permits, not even work permits. He said, you sound very knowledgeable about immigration to Canada. Great. And I remember when this man first of all reached out to us, he was in Nigeria. You understand? He had actually applied, as he stated. He said, he has applied for study permits before. He got rejected. You understand? If you look at the second one at the left hand side, he said good score. Okay, fine. I was very happy I discussed with you after the initial refusal in February. He was rejected of his, you understand, study visa the first time. But afterwards, he wrote IELTS in January, which was this year, with a score of 7.0. You understand? He also, after his first rejection, he now applied again. And please, the reason why I'm stating this man in the picture is that he applied for study permits, but he also got work permits in the process. Do you understand? So even though you are applying for visitor visa, we have had situations, we have had people that are applying for visitor visa, but in line with them applying for visitor visa, we started looking for a job for them before they landed in Canada. Do you understand? So that as soon as they become visitors, they stay here for some few weeks or few days, they can now quickly get job and apply for work permit, so that if someone comes as a visitor to stay for 3 weeks, within the 2 weeks or 3 weeks is here, he quickly apply for work permit, get it approved, and stay back in the country. Do you understand? So this man is similar to, he also applied for study permit and he was able to get work permit in the process. Do you understand? And with work permit in the process, he said he got his approval within just 10 days. You understand? After the application, you understand? And with that, he was now able to relocate. So if you want to be like him, you need to get ready to also tell your story. You need to be able to. I always state something, even though we are not licensed immigration consultants, we are not lawyers, we are not even agents. Based on what we have seen that has worked, we can use to assist you too as well, to actually get your own success story, you understand, and be able to come to Canada like us. Now, thank you very much. Someone asked, can I apply for work permit without job offer, Mr. Adenini? Yes, you can apply for work permit without job offer if maybe, for instance, your spouse is already in Canada under study permit, or your spouse is got the employer specific work permit. You understand? You can come into Canada as a worker with the open work permit. I think I've talked about that earlier. Or you can come in as a visitor first. Do you understand? Just like I told you shortly, will come in as a visitor and start processing to get your work permit when you get here. You understand? After getting a job in Canada. Now, moving on, some people may ask, what is even the process to apply for permanent residence once I've landed in Canada? You understand? Once I've gotten that job offer, once I'm already in Canada as a worker, as a temporary worker, what's the step to actually apply for permanent residence? And yes, just like I gave you an instance of one of our clients that came in as a student, for instance, you too, if you are coming as a worker, you can apply for permanent residence as soon as you come into Canada, so that you stay back permanently in Canada. And the first process you can do if you want to work with us is to open a file with A.O.S abroad, you understand, for your Canada immigration pre-evaluation. The pre-evaluation, for instance, is the eligibility assessment that I actually shared the link with you not quite long. And you can go on that link to actually download the form, you understand, or actually respond to the form there and get you understand, yourself evaluated for each of the work permits that you apply for or you're eligible for. Now, number two is to send your transcripts. If, for instance, you're educated, send your transcript and certificate for ECA, the Educational Credential Assessment, to either A.O.S, World Education Service, or ICES. To also write IELTS, to submit your result, to create online profile, you understand, for Express Entry if you are doing Express Entry, or other programs. Because I, for instance, I said I came in through the provincial route, you understand. So you can apply into Ontario, you can apply to Ontario, for instance, for permanent residency instead of applying to Express Entry, the body. You understand? You can also apply to like other provinces. You can apply to other rural areas. You can apply to other territories. You understand? I remember during my time when I was applying for permanent residence to come into Canada, I applied to 4 different provinces at a time. And this is golden. You need to be able to apply for, you understand, different programs at the same time. apply for different provinces at the same time, so that if one doesn't employ you, or I mean one doesn't accept you, if the other doesn't give you the invitation, another one can give you invitation. Do you understand? As I said, I applied to Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program, the first one, the A. I also applied to Quebec Skilled Worker Program because of my own French knowledge. If you don't have French knowledge, you can also apply to our Better Rural Renewal Stream. That's a very good program for people that want to stay in rural areas in Alberta. You can apply for New Brunswick Critical Worker Pilots. All of these programs, in our subsequent webinars, we'll be taking them one by one, explaining what everything is about. But we don't want to make this longer than it is already, so we'll not really be diving into it. You can also apply to Saskatchewan International Skilled Worker Add to Field Skills Pilots. Now, this is a very sweet program, because this program, we have seen people that have actually come into Canada through this program and have become permanent residents by this program. Yukon Community Pilot Program is also a very good program you can apply to. Economic Mobility Pathway Pilots, for people that are refugees or want to seek asylum, you can apply for this program. British Columbia PNP Skills or Entrepreneur Immigration, you can apply for that. Nova Scotia Atlantic Immigration Pilot, Prince Edward Island PNP Labour Impact, Newfoundland and Labrador Provincial Nominee, Northwest Territories Critical Impact Worker Program, you can also apply. So you see that there are quite a lot of programs you can apply to. You understand? But again, you need to know the one you are eligible for. You need to know the one that would as in give you that approval, the one that will give you that invitation, so that you don't waste your time just applying to one that you don't have, you understand, that eligibility criteria, or that you meet that eligibility criteria for. So we at A.O.S Abroad, we assist people like you to actually educate them on the kind of programs they can apply for. You understand? Show them the information they need, you understand, to actually go through any of these programs, any of these processes. Oh, Chinedu said, I am an undergraduate student. Do I need to evaluate my WAEC result? And is Duolingo accepted? Good question. Very good question. Duolingo is a very good website to use to learn languages. You understand? I even some of my clients, my language clients, I tell them that yes, you can use Duolingo to get started. But IELTS and CELPIP, which is another exam, is the one approved by Canada Immigration to actually work on your permanent residence into Canada. And WAEC doesn't really need to be evaluated. Do you understand? They don't really, because what they evaluate more is diplomas and degrees. You understand? So once you are done with your undergraduate, you can evaluate it. Or if you want to still process your application before you graduate, you can just, as I showed you, you can get employed with your WAEC certificates. As I showed you, I showed you jobs that do not really require, you understand, you to have degree or diplomas. You can apply to those programs, you understand, get approved to come to Canada as a temporary worker first, before you now apply for permanent residency when you land in Canada. So let's quickly move on. What is the requirement? So people may ask, what is the requirement to be eligible for PR, which is the permanent residency program? Firstly, your eligibility assessment report, which again, I've showed you the link you can go to actually get your eligibility assessment done for you freely, for people that actually participated in this webinar. Two, you can also get your proof of adequate education, skills and qualification, either A.O.S, ICES, you understand, any done within some few months. Three, you can actually get your proof of language proficiency, IELTS, CELPIP, TEF. Now, please note something. Even though I'm saying IELTS, CELPIP, TEF, TCL is required for permanent residence, it's not required for work permit, at least for most of the programs we know. Most of the programs that are the temporary worker program, which we're focusing on, they don't require you to have IELTS now. So don't be discouraged. They don't even require you to have some certain proof of funds. It's not like permanent residence that allows you to, that will say you should have millions of naira in your account before you can apply. No, it doesn't work that way. So Fatima Adan, you said, Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum salam. How can I apply from my country? I'm from Kenya, please help. Yes, we work with people from Kenya, for instance, from Ghana. So you can always apply from anywhere you are, because application can be done online. You can apply for jobs online. You can apply for visa online. Everything. In fact, I remember the what they call it, the visa I got was from Kenya, Nairobi, Kenya. You understand? The visa that was stamped on my passport, because Nigeria, we don't have the visa office. for Canada a year. So you can apply for everything. I've seen a lot of Kenyans that apply for everything. They get their own visa self faster than Nigerians, because instead of our visa being Korea or sent through Korea to Nigeria, you understand? Since you have your visa office there, you can easily get a job. Yes, for a job as well, you can apply online. I've showed you. You can go back to the. You understand this? If you are joining on YouTube, just like as I can see, you can scroll back. You understand? After, while we are taking this program on, on this webinar, after, you can scroll back and get to see how I actually said you can apply for jobs. You understand? I've showed you how to use the Canadian Job Bank website. I've showed you how to create your resume, how to create your cover letter, and how to actually send it to the email that shows that has been shown on Canadian Job Bank website. So I've showed you all those. Just go back to see everything. Now, so if you are applying for permanent residency, you understand, after you have landed in Canada as a temporary worker, you can be expected to get your proof of funds. And the trick about this is that proof of funds for temporary workers, especially if you are still with an employer, it is that employer job offer letter you would use as your proof of funds. So let me give you a particular instance. If you're an agric worker, and maybe, for instance, you are earning per month, you understand, 3,000. So at the end of the year, you would be going home with about maybe like 3,000 times 12, you understand, which is like 36,000 Canadian dollars. That 36,000 Canadian dollars would be your proof of funds you would tender when you are applying for permanent residency, because that is what gives you the permanent job, the full-time job, you understand, and everything. And with that 36,000, at least last time I checked, you can apply. Okay, maybe I should just even show you what I'm saying so that you see for yourself. Let me again share my screen. Let me share my screen. Now, for those that have seen my screen, let's check proof of funds on Canada, on Google. Proof of funds Canada. Proof of funds Canada is what I checked. And if I click on proof of funds, skilled immigrants, express entry, and express entry is the most expensive, you understand, skilled, apart from the business immigration though, but it's the most expensive for skilled immigrants, people that are either in the professionals, either the doctors, lawyers, or the low skilled carpenters, you understand, plumbers. So for instance, see that example I talked about now, 36,000, 36, receiving 36,000 per month, or per year rather, in Canada, as your, you understand, salary from maybe a worker, you understand, in Canada as an Greek worker. That 36,000 allows you, your wife, your, take for instance, if you came into Canada as a temporary worker, do you understand? And as you came into Canada, you just came in, but you want to apply for permanent residency as you landed into Canada, for you, for your spouse, and for your children. You can apply with that job offer letter that you got from a temporary worker, you understand, to show your proof of funds without having the money in your account, but to show your proof of funds, you understand, with this. Because if you look at what is stated in the official Canadian immigration, they said this amount can actually be used from, they said you can't use equity or real estate as proof of fund, but you can use what they call it now. There's one place they stated it. They said, let me look at it. Let me look for it. Okay, bring as much money. Okay, no. I'm looking for the place now. For those of you who have gotten a job offer, that job offer, literally, you can use the letter. Good, this is where it is. They said, who does not need proof of funds? You don't need to show that you have enough money to support yourself and your family in your bank account if you are applying under Canadian Experience Class, or if you are authorized to work in Canada and have a valid job offer, even if you are applying under FSWP or FSTP. So what that means is that if you have a valid job offer, that valid job offer, and what is the criteria of a valid job offer? Let's just go. Is a job that list out the state start date, the employer name, the address, the LMIA number, which we have talked about before, the NOC code, is a recent job, a job in writing, and a job that states out your pay and your deductions, your duties, your condition of employment, everything. All these jobs will be a job that is continuous, paid, full-time, non-seasonal, you understand, and in any of these NOC codes. So this kind of job offers, now you can use it, you understand, to apply for what? You can use it to apply for permanent residency. permanent residence without having physical cash in your bank account. So I hope you understand how your proof of funds can, your job offer letter can serve as your proof of funds. I hope you understand that. Does everybody get that? Now, the other requirement you need is your police clearance certificate. If you have had your police clearance certificate before, you understand when you were coming to Canada under temporary worker program, you may not need to actually show it again. If you have done your medical examination in your own country before you came as well, you may not need to do it again if it has not expired. Now, moving on, let's quickly round off this. If you have any questions whatsoever, any questions about all what we said now, this is your time to actually get your questions answered. If you have any questions, there are some frequently asked questions people ask me, which I've been responding to. Likewise, webinar attendees, if you have any questions, please ask your questions now. This is the time for you to ask your questions before we round off this particular aspect of the webinar. So, anyone have any questions based on all what we have talked about? Okay, based on everything we have said, how many of you are willing, you understand, to actually work with us? If, for instance, if we assist you, like someone asked us that, can they get the list of the jobs that we have actually brought out, that we have actually listed out? So if you want to get some of those lists of employers, Canadian employers that are readily available to employ you, you understand, that are readily willing to employ you, that either have applied for their LMIA or gotten their LMIA already, the LMIA report, please just put a yes on the comment section, or put something to say, yes, I'm interested, or something. Let me know that you really want to work with us. Good. Mr. Chinedu, thank you. You said you are very interested. I'm very interested. Good. That's a nice one. Who else is interested? If you don't have any questions, let's quickly go on to the next part of this webinar. Mr. Daniel, thank you very much. Yes, you said you are interested. Good. Anyone else? Mr. Prince, yeah, thank you. Yes, you are interested. Okay, now let's move on. Since you don't have any questions, okay, someone asked question. Tokwe asks, well done, sir. Can I use the certificate of English issued by Uniloring instead of IELTS? Good question. Now, I also finished from Uniloring, so we are Unilorites. We are alumni. So, and when I was coming, they didn't approve the certificate of English. Some people had immersion certificates from, you understand, Institute of Immersion, like for like Benin Republic people to go from Nigeria. They don't accept it. Certificate of English is not accepted for permanent residence, but IELTS is not required for work permit. So you can always apply for work permit first, land in Canada first, and after you landing, when you now want to apply for permanent residence, we at A.O.S Abroad can now train you on how to write IELTS, because we have our IELTS training that we actually, you understand, provide for people that want to learn French too, that want to prepare for TEF Canada or TCF Canada. We also have trainings for that if you're interested for that. Okay, Mr. Olamide wrote to me, thank you. You said I'm super interested. So cool. Let's move on to what we have. Now, before we move on, I want to talk about some of our clients that have worked with us. This is a true story of one of our clients who, and this is very important to note, because this is why you also need to take action now, and don't procrastinate about this if you are really interested. Mrs. Abiyeyua from Lagos, she said, I thought you were a scam, seriously. My husband and I have been duped. I really love this detailed review, because it's really made me understand what people always think about us. She said, when I first learned about you in 2020 from my friend and chatted with you on WhatsApp, I just concluded that you were a red flag, as you told me your academy operates in Ilorin only then and would teach me online, because she wanted to learn French and, you understand, actually get to work on their on our immigration. At that time, we were still in Ilorin, because I myself was still in Nigeria then. Now, she said, in fact, my spouse and I spoke about you. We mocked the fact that you have no center in Lagos, but I was always reading your emails. For people that are on our email lists, at least we have been sending emails consistently for years now, and broadcast every time you send them. Early 2021, my friend's husband wrote and passed the TEF Canada with B2s and C1s after learning French for 5 months. She didn't even tell me again first about you. I learned after she got selected by her better PMP and she started getting all her documents ready. I quickly told my husband about it and he said I should contact you. We were kind of sober when you sent us your flyer and we saw that the 205K VIP theft training has more than doubled to 500K. But we paid reluctantly. The classes were another thing, were another issue. We had so much to learn in so little time. I loved how you started. I love how you started solving TEF past questions using what they call it now, using prep my future materials almost immediately. When we started coaching, it took me 7 months to feel kind of prepared and again bored of learning. I passed after all with C1 in all skills and got more happy when I got my Manitoba LAE. I can't thank you enough, A.O.S. Okay, so basically why recited that lengthy thing, because for people, for instance, in Nigeria, you know that the dollar rate, for instance, is increasing. I remember when I did my own application, my permanent residence application with my spouse, with my common law partner, rather, we actually together, all the processings that we did, all the money we spent, as at then was 6.5 million naira. Do you understand? Because we came through permanent residence. We didn't have the opportunity to wait on work permits. We didn't even know how to go about work permits then. But now, currently, that price that we paid has more than doubled. The 6.5 million naira we paid has more than doubled now. You understand? Because of the exchange rate, which you know already is being affected, because of how difficult these things seem to be. You understand right now. So I want you, if you are really interested, be like Rukayat. Rukayat, for instance, she actually started with us, and now we are already applying for jobs for her. Do you understand? Because she's even busy. She just came from Dubai, and she has started seeing job offers. She has started seeing companies willing to actually have interviews with her, and sooner or later, inshallah, she would get those jobs. She would get jobs from recruiters and be able to come to Canada. So if you are like her, if you also want to take that step, if you also want to actually get started with something and not procrastinate, then this is for you. Thank you. Fatima said interested, but I need to go back, see, and understand the requirements since I came in late. Yes, it's very important. This is recorded, as I said before, so you can always go back. That's why it's on YouTube. You can go back, watch the webinar from the beginning. Esther said interested, and thank you very much, and decide. So now, I want to introduce to you our Career Abroad training program. And I would ask you again, do you want our assistance in getting, for those that just joined, do you want our assistance in getting your Canadian job and working on your work permit visa, and even subsequently on also applying for your permanent residency, just as you have seen that we have helped people? Do you want, if you want, you said, yes, I want. If you want, let me know in the comment section. For people that are just joining us, and it's very important so that I know the people that want to work with us. I know that you really want, like some people told me that, okay, they want access to our shortlisted employers, the shortlisted jobs that are readily available. In fact, because we are in Canada, and this is a tip that I don't really normally see, but I'm saying it because of people that are here right now. There are some recruiters, and I just don't want to say it with my mouth. Let me show you some of the things that we have actually been doing. Don't let me just say it with my mouth. Now, these are employer details, like Bazotti Work, Woodworks. Okay, before I even, let me start from LMIA. These are some of the LMIA approved jobs, employers details. We have some of the jobs that are in the healthcare sector, in the butcher sector, laborer sector. We also have one in the farm sector, in the home care sector. We have in the kitchen helpers. We have others in other. Now, this is over 200 jobs. Yes, 200 jobs available. LMIA pending. All those ones I showed was LMIA approved. Though. These ones are LMIA pending. These ones are for people in the waitress or in the food care sector. You understand? These ones also, like the cabinets, okay, the construction laborers, the carpenters, cabinet laborers, these 112 jobs. We have 30 days jobs as well. That means jobs that were actually sent on the Canadian job bank, like that they were available on this job bank website within the last 30 days. Because if you look at here, they would always say what they call it, is it periods of, okay, wait, if you look at all these filters, there are some jobs that they'll say within the last 30 days. That means we have gone through the process. When I was showing you that there are some jobs that you don't need to apply to. There are some that have that red mark in them. Now those jobs, we have filtered them out, the jobs that have those red marks, and we have selected jobs, you understand, that were posted within the last 30 days. If I click on this now, let me click on office administrator, for instance, so that you see a sample. Office administrator job, if you can do it, for instance, this is a particular job on the Canadian um job website that you can actually apply to right now. This is one vacancy. This employer has applied for LMIA. Now this one is readily available for people that are willing to actually get that job right now, and how to apply for those jobs. Now there are a lot of these jobs that we have various amounts of, like, see this one now, production laborer, over 50 vacancies available. This one expires on the 26th. Oh, it has expired, safe, it has expired, but there are some that have not expired out of them. Now if you look at all these jobs, you would have access to any of these jobs almost immediately as soon as you actually work with us. Now these are some of the jobs that we have currently, and the employers, and we have even been reaching out to some of them. We have been calling some of them up. We have been getting feedback, like, okay, see, for instance, administrative assistant office, Brampton, Ontario, where I'm currently living, the Radium group. Now this one stated apply online. We have applied for some people right now. We have submitted emails to some people, you understand. Okay, this one has expired. We have applied online for some people. As you are seeing now, you see that there are some people that we are applying to on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, jobs that are readily available. So if you want to also get this link, if you want to, you understand, be part of our inner circle, if you want to be part of, you understand, people that we are assisting, people that are getting those jobs, people that are, you understand, willing to take part in this package, let me see your hands up. Okay, Obianuju, thank you. You say you are interested. Zaki, please, do you have any social media? And of course, anybody that is online that doesn't have social media is not alive. So you can go on our website, for instance, aosabroad.com. That is our first website. I think before we can even talk about social media, you need to see our website. So A.O.S Abroad, on our website, you can always check all our social media and do. Instagram is there, A.O.S Abroad, or A.O.S Academy, because we have an academy on the site. So A.O.S Academy or A.O.S Abroad, you can check on Instagram, check on Facebook, check on LinkedIn, we are everywhere. You understand? We're on TikTok as well. You can always check. So Kenny said, yes, I am already in. Good, thank you very much. Adenika, is West evaluation compulsory for PMP? It is compulsory for some types of PMP and not compulsory for others. Depending, it's like someone that is a tailor, for instance. Like there's one person we are currently working for now that she is tailoring one to, because there are a lot of tailor jobs that she can do in Canada. That one doesn't need West, you understand, because she's coming in as a tailor. Do you understand? But it's different from someone that is a professional, like an accountant that went to school to study, you understand, accounting. That person will need West. Do you understand? I'm willing to work with you 100%. Thank you very much. I need to know more about the sponsored job. Good. You can always know more. And picking. Cool. Okay, so now I know that we have some people that are quite interested in working with us. So let's quickly move on. If you want to work with us, we have the Career Abroad Training Package. Now, the Career Abroad Training Package is a package you can actually get, you understand, if you work with us. And this Career Abroad Training Package, what it entails is the daily Canadian job alerts based on your career choices. Like, take for instance, now I've showed you, you understand, readily available jobs that are available for people that are working with us now. You understand? Like, okay, I don't want to talk about people, but especially people that we are working for, just their aliases. Joseph, these are not even their real names, they are just aliases of people. So Joseph, Ayobami, Balikis, okay, some of them are their real names, but others are not real names. So we have some of these people now. If you look at, okay, let's look at Yusuf, for instance. This is an human resource officer. Do you understand? So his own jobs, we have actually searched for them. You understand? There are some LMIE pending jobs. There are some LMIE approved jobs. He's a recruiter. He's an human resource specialist. So this kind of person now, we have actually gotten jobs that he particularly, we are going to be applying for him under. You understand? And you can actually get some of those jobs and opportunities for interviews through that. Okay, let me look at another person. Let me look at maybe Adebomi, for instance. This one is a cashier, for instance. She We have applied for some jobs for her as a cashier, you understand, as a reservation clerk, you understand, as a reservation supervisor. She's also a travel clerk supervisor and airline sales and stuff. So we have jobs that we have searched for people that you would always get readily available if you are part of us. Some of those job alerts we will send to you on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. You understand? If you actually work with us. We also have live weekly Canada immigration consultations that you would have with me. You understand? Together online. We also have the Canada immigration residence complete checklist. And I also want to show you our website for those that are with us, aosabroad.com. You can also go on that website yourself and check some of the free content we have readily available for you. You understand? Now, these are our websites. On our website, the second part, you can always download our free Canada relocation checklist for free. Now, this is a checklist that you can download for free. You understand? But there are some other content, you understand, that you will still need, like the templates, the samples that we actually talked about here. You understand? We just listed it here and we showed you how to get them, but we would share you samples, you understand, templates that you can use yourself from the things that we have seen that has worked for people, that have gotten people job offers. You understand? We'll share them with you. You understand? Once you work with us. We also have common law union partnership advantage for married couples. As I told you earlier, I said I came into Canada with my, what they call it, with my common law partner. We were not married. You understand? We didn't go to any registry, but we were common law partners. So if you have girlfriends, you have boyfriends, you have fiancés that you want to also come into Canada with, we'll show you how you can do it legally. You understand? And become, you understand, become permanent resident after you land, you understand, after getting the work permit sorted and applying for the permanent residency. We would also give you easy step-by-step visa application ways that will get your permit approved, that will get your visa approved. You understand? Based on the success stories we have gotten. We would also tell you the international, would give you access to our international migrant business coaching for travel entrepreneurs. And this is priceless for people that are into business, just like me. You understand? You can always get to have access to this. Oh, Zach said something. With the current exchange rate in Nigeria, how much will it cost just for an individual? Yes, we are going to come into how much it will cost. You understand? Mr. Adeni said, I want 100%. Thank you very much. Really appreciate you. Really appreciate you. So, no problem. I'm still telling you about what you would get access to. You understand? By coming part of our career abroad training package. Now, monthly JACPA masterclass visa application training. We always have trainings for people that are part of our inner circle. I know that there are some people that I'm seeing that are part of our inner circle, people that are on our WhatsApp groups, on our Telegram groups, the one that is a secret WhatsApp group. Yes, you would, for those that have been there, they are always getting trainings on the take. For instance, there's something we call the what they call it now, the introductory video. For people that are also on our email list, we talked about that I think some days ago. The introductory video. Some employers, apart from the cover letter you send, apart from the resume you send, they want to see you live. And before they see you live in the interview, during the interview process, they will ask you to send an introductory video of yourself. Like people that we are getting construction works for instance, some of them have actually shared their introductory videos. You understand? And how to develop that introductory video. And these are some of the things that you won't necessarily see online, but that the employer needs. So we would educate you on how to develop your introductory video. We would educate you on how to talk in order to get that employer to see that yes, you are the real deal. You are someone that they are willing to actually have in their company. Do you understand? Also, we would also teach you the monthly the approved visa applications and documentation templates. The templates I used, for instance, to get approved to come to Canada, I would show you. The ones other people that we have worked with to have used, I will show you as well. The Canadian styled resume, you understand, and the cover letter templates. Yes, I've showed you free templates online that you could use. You understand? But there are some templates, there are some samples that we have seen that have gotten me, especially, job offers, that have gotten other people that we have worked with job offers. So we would share them with you. So all you just need to do is to copy, edit, and paste. And if you even want us to work with you to develop the template, to develop your resume for you, to develop your, you understand, cover letter for you, we can do that just like we are doing for our people already. We can also, if you want to learn French, some people always want to learn French, we can also teach you French for TEF or TCF Canada online course through our resources and our, you understand, the website. The English for IELTS preparation course training and materials too, we can also give you access to it. And intensive online French for TEF Canada VIP coaching will also give you access to it. Now, all this we have talked about, normally the total value, you understand, for all this we have talked about is 6,343, which is before, that was even before when it was 2.95 million. So I don't even know the current exchange rate. I know the current exchange rate will even be more than, it can be double the price, it can be like 4 million now in Nigerian currency. But you won't be charged this amount. That's what we are trying to say. You won't be charged this amount. But before I talk about how much you'll be charged, I want to tell you some of the bonuses you are going to get if you also apply for this career abroad training package. Some of the bonuses, even though I know that those ones that we are giving you are already enough, the special action taker bonus for those people that actually apply for the career abroad package within now and this weekend, within this weekend, would also give you the 12-month unlimited updates about how you can relocate, how you can live, and how you can prosper in Canada. Take for instance, ever since I've been here, to an extent, I can call myself in the Nigerian sector now, I can call myself a millionaire because I've been earning millions. And I will show you how you too, you can relocate here, live here, and prosper in Canada, earning millions for yourself. Do you understand? If you want to go into schools, if you want to actually get educated, like my what they call it, my common law partner now, I showed her the scholarship statement of purpose and intent script template that she can use to get scholarships from the Canadian government. You understand? Not only even scholarship, grants. You understand? No, I'm not talking about loan now. There are loans, but no, she is collecting grants, and I think there is going to be another webinar we are going to do shortly that she would come here and educate you on how to get loans, how to get grants, how to get scholarships, how to get bursaries in Canada for free. So you can even study for free without paying a dime. You understand? Because why? Because you are already a resident of Canada. You are already coming through the work permit and you're already becoming permanent residents of Canada. I would also show you the important items you can bring to Canada when coming. And this is worth $500. This is very important because many people come into Canada. There's someone that we just heard lately that he came into Canada with malaria parasites. And in Canada here, there is no malaria. There is no mosquito. You understand? He wasn't able to treat himself. They isolated him at the end of the day. Imagine they should be isolating someone. They should be quarantining someone because of malaria. I will show you how you have to bring, you understand, malaria drugs, because here they don't have malaria, so they don't even have it in their shelf. They don't have it in their pharmacy. Apart from even drugs, I will show you other things you need to bring into Canada. Do you understand? While you are coming as a temporary worker, as a permanent resident. I would also show you how to build an outstanding LinkedIn profile that markets you to Canadian employers. Some of the employers I showed you at the beginning of this webinar, some of them I didn't apply to them. You understand? They were the one that saw my application. They were the one that saw my profile, and they reached out to me. Under my profile, you can go on LinkedIn, search my profile. Every day I get, you understand, not every day now, but almost every month I get Canadian employers sending me things. And some of these jobs I can't do them because I have my own business. So I actually outsource some of those jobs. I just tell those recruiters that, okay, I am not quite interested, but I have another person. Do you understand, that in my clique that could actually do that job? Give the job that you want to give to me to that person. This person is much more you understand, is much more needing the job than me. So maybe I should ask, who among you would like that kind of first-hand referral, job referral, that I can give you that job referral? If, for instance, you're in the IT sector, if you are like me, that you are an educator, you can actually get to work in Canada by just referral, me just referring you. How many of you would like that kind of referral? Ajao Kamoli, thank you. You said that's interesting. Cool. So number 5, I also tell you how to get job deals that would allow you to sponsor yourself to Canada without even waiting for an employer if you are You understand? If you are boxed up, I would also show you the common mistakes to avoid for rejections when applying for your visa, because you can get jobs or job offers, but if you don't know what to avoid when you are applying, you can still get rejected. So, and I don't want that to be for any of you, because it is a stress to apply for jobs. It is a stress to actually get the job offer. So it will not be nice for you to now get rejected at the end of the day. I would also show you the mistakes that causes no invitation for provinces from provinces expression of interest, and the reason why 90% of applicants who submit express entry profiles never even get selected, talk less of even getting, you understand, rejected. So they don't even get rejections. Some of them don't just get selected, they don't just get their, you understand, their job offers, their work, their applications even looked at. I'll show you the errors you need to avoid so that your application will be looked at and you even get that opportunity for an interview. I will also show you 50 legitimate side hustle that can fetch you within 1K to 5K dollar. You understand? I've just been here for like 2 months plus, and every month consecutively I've been able to rack in thousands of dollars. Do you understand? Because of I'm into also side hustle apart from my major business, apart from my major work. So I will show you how you can actually do legitimate side hustles that would earn you money. You understand? If you're part of our, you understand, inner circle. Lastly, I will show you the proof of fund secret solution. Some people may not get job offers. Some people may even get job offers that are not up to the total amount of proof of funds you and your family need. Some people may have, I've seen people that have 5 children, 6 children, you understand, and the money the employer is willing to give them may not be enough for the proof of funds. So I'll show you how you can actually use other people's money, not your own money. And this is not true loan, this is not true, you understand, being in debt, going to microfinance bank, going to this is not true, all those kind of loans. I will show you how you can get your visa quickly approved by using other people's money, you understand, and actually coming into Canada. And of course, even though the total amount, the total bonus value is $10,000, which is roughly 4.4 million naira, you would not also pay this. You will not also pay this. But before I actually go on, how many of you are still very much interested? How many of you would like to get all these bonuses? If you want to get all these bonuses, just say I am in. You understand? Type I am in on the chat section. I want to know the people that are still with me. I want to know people we're almost rounding up this webinar. We're almost rounding up this, and it's very important. I know people that are with me. SMS Bukhari said, how about farm work in Canada? Very good. I've showed you whilst we are taking this webinar how you can get farm jobs in Canada. It's very important, it's very possible. And definitely if you are part of the inner circle, you would also learn how to do that yourself as well, and how to work with us to actually get that sorted. So moving on, if you are really interested in a career abroad training package, I am in. Prince Umaga, thank you very much. If you are really interested, normally outside of this webinar, this package will go for 4,000 USD. But anyone that is willing, anyone that is ready to actually get started with this career training program, the Canada Career Abroad Training Package, all you just need to pay for all what we have talked about, for the bonuses, for also the things you get in the career abroad training, you just pay 2,000 USD only. You understand? And that is, I don't know the current exchange rate and I don't want to bother, but that is 1.5. I know it's going to be more than that because the exchange rate of Canada, of Nigeria, has increased. But people that are in Nigeria can pay 1.5. People abroad can pay 2,000 USD. Do you understand? And if you want to pay, I can share you what do they call it now? Our World Bank accounts. We have accounts in Nigeria, we have accounts in Canada, in the UK, US. Any accounts you can pay to, you can pay into there. Do you understand? Now, some people may ask, how do I begin the process? If you want to begin okay, give me your account number. Our account number, we can share our account numbers on the comment section right now. Let me share the account number. So if you want to pay, if you are interested and you want to be part of those that will benefit from being in our inner circle, those that will get the advantage of working one-on-one with me to actually get jobs. And some of you may even want to ask, how long will it take to actually get jobs? as a rule of thumb, if you are fast with all what we are going to be teaching you, and if you work with us, if you want us to also work with you together with actually getting those jobs, it can actually take within 2 to 3 months to actually process this if you are fast with it. I am with you, Mr. Thank you very much, sir, Mr. Ajao Kamali. Really appreciate that. So if you want to actually work with us, you can actually send your fees to any of those accounts that have been shared with you now. We have the Nigerian account, we have the Canadian account, any account that you see deem fit, or you can even go on the link paystack.com/pay/career-abroad-package. And the opportunity, as I said, it closes within just 72 hours. So if, for instance, you have paid, some people may ask, okay, I'm interested, can I actually pay, you understand, in installments? Yes, you can pay in installments, at just 2 installments. You can pay the first 1 million naira now, and after you have gotten a job, you understand, or within a month, you can now pay the balance. Do you understand? Do you understand? And you can pay through online bank transfer, just as I've shared you the bank account details. You can pay through the ATM card on this link, you understand, through mobile banking on the Paystack link, through internet banking through the Paystack link. And after you have paid, send your payment screenshots containing your name, your email address, and your phone number, you understand, to us on +234-810-771-4449. So who amongst you would like to take us up on this deal? Who amongst you would like to be part? And the benefit of this package, the benefit of this training package is that if, for instance, you are a family of maybe 3, 4, this is still the same amount you pay if you pay within 3 days. Mr. Kenny, thank you very much. Yes, I want to. If you pay within 3 days, normally, if you are to work with us, the principal applicant, which is the person that we want to get job for, will pay 4,000 USD. Again, if he's coming with his spouse, the spouse will pay additional like 2,500 USD. And the children will pay like 1,000, 2,000, 1,002 USD separately. Do you understand? Separately. Do you understand? So, but for now, for those, whether be it single, whether be it family, if you pay within today, which be it Saturday, 29th July 2023, and Sunday, 30th July 2023, and 31st July 2023, before we go into the new month, the month of August, do you understand? You are just going to pay that 1,500 to actually, I'm not saying 1,500, 2,000 USD, which is 1.5 million naira, to actually work with us right now. And even if you pay installment payment 1 million naira first, you will still get the opportunity to actually work with us for just that 1.5 million naira. Now, so Mr. Kenny, can you refer me? Fine, good. Okay, I could share the link here again so that you could actually go on the link if you want to use the link. So some people are not always okay paying on the link. They always want to see our official, we have official, what they call it, account that you can pay to. We have shared those official accounts you can pay to as well. You can just pay through by easily sending, you understand, by easily sending your, what do they call it now, your fees in there. So thank you very much. Apart from Mr. Ajao Kamoli and Mr. Kenny, who else would like to actually take us up on this offer? We have roughly 3 minutes left for this. If you have any questions, please, you can also ask now. You can also ask now if you have any questions. The account numbers that you can pay to are on the screen, either A.O.S Abroad or A.O.S Language and Linguistics Academy Limited. Guarantee Trust Bank if you are in Nigeria, you understand, and those are the links there. Those are the account there. Or you can pay into the UBA account. We have the Naira and the dollar account there. The Zenith Bank account is also there. And if you are in the United States, you can actually pay into any of the First Century bank accounts, or you can pay into the UK account, the UK Barclays account, you can pay into that, or even the Canadian bank account that we have, the RBC Royal Bank. You can actually pay through Interact Transfer if you are in Canada. I know some people that are in Canada here. Or you can actually pay into, what do they call it? Into our Canadian dollar account. Okay, thank you. I am in. Thank you, Mr. Kenny. All right, all right, all right. So, oh, okay, fine, fine. I think we are seeing some alerts. So please, before we round off, if you are part of the people that are paying right now, please send your name. It's very important. Send your name, your email. Do you understand? Your name, your email, and your phone number to the WhatsApp +234 81077414449. Or if you are in Canada, you can always reach out to us through our number, which I will put on the chat section now. Our Canadian number, if you want to actually talk to us through our Canadian number, is 289 plus one. If you want to call from abroad, plus one 62896899343. That's our Canadian number if you actually want to contact us through our Canadian number. Okay, Ms. Tokpe said, will I still need IELTS for PR if already working in Canada? Yes, ma, you will still need IELTS if currently working in Canada. It's very important to for PR if you want to, because PR people always think that if they come into Canada through visiting or through study or through work, they will not need to write IELTS again to apply for PR. And it is a lie. You understand? Except if you continue being a worker. Like, okay, we have seen someone in Canada who has been here for 4 years and has never written IELTS because she came in as a worker and she has just been extending her work permit. And that's another thing. Employers can allow you to extend your work permit. Do you understand? But you will not be a permanent resident. So, for instance, some of the loans that we are getting, grants we are getting, scholarships we are getting from the Canadian government, you may not be able to get it because you are not yet a permanent resident. Do you understand? Being able to set up a business in Canada and even own your own property, you may not be able to own some of the properties in Canada if you are not a PR. So that's the benefit. But the beauty of you being a worker before you become a PR is that the IELTS may not be major. You understand? It may not be a major requirement in the sense that you may just have a low mark and use your experience in Canada to boost it. Use your job offer in Canada to boost, you understand, your eligibility. So SMS Bukhari said, I need the full details for farm worker visa. I am from Pakistan. Yes, yes, yes. You can chat us up on our WhatsApp contact, which we have shared with you, and definitely we'll send you further details as for farm work visa. Okay, Olamide Rotimi said, can we have access to your WhatsApp group chat or do we have to pay first? Yes, we have some WhatsApp group chats that are free and we have some that are for our inner circle. So you can actually definitely be what they call it now, be added to our free WhatsApp group. If you go on our community, we have our community WhatsApp. Once you go on our community, you can always get access. And I'm going to share that with you now, our A.O.S community on WhatsApp. Once you are on the A.O.S community, you will see all the groups that we have, and you can always definitely, you understand, get how will I call it now? Get information. I thought some reports surfaced some time ago that Nigeria was put on the list of countries who no longer need IELTS or proof of funds to enter Canada. Or are the reports false? Yes, Mr. Daniel Oluyinka. Well, there could be a lot of reports, but as of now, July 29, 2023, you still need IELTS. But don't focus mainly on IELTS. There are ways you can actually, you understand, not necessarily have a good score or not necessarily, you understand, be proficient that much in English to write IELTS. Do you understand? So you just don't really focus on that now. What you should focus right now on, you understand, is getting in first. Once you are in Canada, once you get your feet in as a, you understand, as a temporary foreign worker, then you can now actually work on all other things. So I don't want you to really focus so much. You understand? Don't focus so much on that right now. IELTS is just, you understand, it's just a bygone as far as I'm concerned. Do you understand? Just focus on getting in first. So Mr. Adeni, thank you very much, Adeninka. You said you are in. Really appreciate that. For people that actually had to be part of our community, you can actually join our WhatsApp community via the link that we have shared with you right now. You understand? I'll put it on the chat section and even on the screen right now. You can be part of the community. Just go on that link, click on that link, and it will direct you. You can join our free community. You understand? Through that link right now. So you can So what is the payment, the method of payment? Mr. Adenika asked. Well, the method of payment is two. You can either pay through the link that we have shared with you, and I can actually refer you to the link again, or you can pay through the bank transfers. Do you understand? The bank transfer, the account, our official account in Nigeria and Canada, anyone, either through the Naira account or the US dollar account or the Canadian dollar account, you can actually pay through any of those means. So, Mr. Adeni or Deyinka, yes, the method of payment can either be any of those, that's either through the link or through the account. So, okay, yes, we have been receiving some transfers. Please, if you are part of those who transferred within 24 hours of your payment, please send your payment screenshot containing your name, your email address, and your phone number to our WhatsApp line, and would actually allow you to, you understand, be part of our inner team. You would get added to the WhatsApp group. Likewise, on our online school, ftc.aosacademy.com. Okay, maybe I should just show people that ftc.aosacademy.com is another website. That's where we always train our students, our candidates. So you get access, you get your own free access after you have paid to actually join this. And the beauty of the career training package is that it is a combination of some of these training courses: the tourist to work for permanent residency, or and rather the make money and migrate to Canada, and the complete Jackpot Canada package. You even have access to IELTS training for free. You understand? You have access to French beginner course for free. You understand? You would have access to some of these packages for free once you have actually paid, and once we have verified your payment. So, Mr. Jao, thank you very much. You said I'm still in. Really appreciate that. So just do the needful and let us see your, what they call it now. Let us see your payment so that we can actually get started with you. And we have really used a lot of time. This is about 2 hours. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Do you have any questions? If you don't have any questions, I would like to cut it right now so that people that would actually go back to watch the video will be able to watch and, you understand, get so much content from this. So Miss Olamide, have you seen the link to the WhatsApp group chat, our A.O.S community? If you have seen it, you can always join through that. We have seen people joining right now, so you can also join others through it. You understand? And if you want to be part of the inner circle, you could actually pay within now, which is Saturday till Monday, the 31st of July 2023. So thank you very much, everyone. We do really appreciate you joining this session. It has really been lovely having you, and I hope you got to learn so much from what we did today. If you have any question whatsoever, please don't forget to always reach out to us. Do you understand? And through our groups as well, would always definitely be giving you free content on our free groups so that you can always learn about how to go about the process yourself as well. So thank you very much once again, and I really do appreciate everyone for joining us today. Do have a lovely day ahead. Bye for now.